Hi everybody, in today's class we are going to learn a physics chapter, okay, and the chapter is on heat, okay. I really don't believe in in making the class very tough. Maybe the topic you see is very easy topic, but I don't want my lecture to be a pretty lengthy one, and I don't want it to be difficult also. I will give you a very easy picture or clear picture of the word called heat. Okay, and let's know. I want you to understand what is it, and what is the science understood behind it and temperature understood. Now, so in this class, first look at the board. What is written here? Heat is written here. Okay. If the first question that you have, okay, as you are reading a chapter, heat, naturally you have a question. And what is this question? The question is, what is heat? Okay. What is your question? The question is, what is heat? It means you want me to define heat, right? What is heat? Heat. If you have a question like what is heat, my answer to this question will be very simple. It's a form of energy. It is a form of energy. Sometimes what happens, how could you know, to give you a very clear picture of what is called heat, just look at what happens to us when it is winter. When it is winter, we shiver with cold. What does it mean? It means our body receives the cold temperature. It cannot stand, and naturally we wear woolen clothes. Okay, shawls to protect ourselves, our body, from receiving the cold temperature, right or not? Sometimes people, those who belong to the poor family, especially in Europe, what happened? In a cold climate, people used to die, especially those who are poor. The poor couldn't afford to buy, clothes. And warm clothes. We need warm clothes during winter, isn't it? In the same way, if you look at what happens to us during summer. During summer, we always think of what? Cotton clothes, isn't it? We prefer to, we avoid wearing, woolen clothes and all. So, this two climate can give us very clear picture what heat is all about. The cold temperature, the hot. Understood? Cold wave blows during winter, and heat wave, hot wave blows during summer. The living example will be, if you go to Maharashtra, Karnataka, and Madhya Pradesh. If you go to places, states like Madhya Pradesh, you know what is what. As you had been to Raipur or Chhattisgarh, when Loo, understood, blows, how difficult it is to live in those particular places, isn't it? But if you look at Bengal, its weather is really pleasant, isn't it? But summer is always summer. Summer in Bengal is quite difficult, isn't it? It's always difficult. Now it's summer. Can I stand the hot? You have turned on the AC. Why? We are comfortable now only because of what? The AC is turned on, isn't it? If you didn't turn on the AC, you would have felt like what? You would have shivered. Yeah, I must not say shivered. You must have felt so hot that you would have left the windows, you would have kept the windows, doors open with a fan over your heads, isn't it? So I have done a lot of talking over the flimsy things that are not very important. Let us come to the point. The point is, when so we have understood what is heat. Heat is a form of energy. Understood? And heat. Then you can ask me what is the basic difference between heat and temperature, isn't it? So your second question can be, what is temperature? right? You can ask me the second question, what is temperature? I must say, temperature is measure of the heat, isn't it? It's a measure of heat, of kinetic. Clear? You get me what I'm saying? It's not it a measure. We use when you measure the temperature, understood? You can tell me how hot it is today. Sometimes if you get somebody saying, sometimes you hear people say or saying that today's temperature is really high. Why? It may be more than 40 degree, isn't it? If it is 40 degree Celsius, right, or centigrade, then what is it? Centigrade and Celsius scales actually depends on the it's a degree of temperature. Okay, measure of temperature depending on devices we generally use to measure the temperature. Understood? Now what I want you to understand is, devices that we use to measure the temperature is called the thermometers, right? And now what I want you to do is, if you just look at what is called temperature. What is temperature? Temperature is a measure of heat. What is temperature? It's a measure. It's a measure. Measure means measure. Measure stands for measurement. Understood? So it's a measure of heat. Do you get it? Now, these two questions, when you have answered these two questions, I think you have got a very clear picture. Right? So we have come to know what is temperature, what is heat and what is temperature. Right? You have got the basic difference between what is heat and what is temperature. Clear? Understood? That's like a good girl. Now, you must say it is temperature. And if you have got the idea between what is heat and what is temperature, then you have another very important question. You need to tell me, you feel like asking me the questions like, tell me about the, about how the transfer of temperature takes place. Right or not? How the transfer of temperature takes place. Or what is the transfer of temperature called? It means there are, conductors. Understood? Of heat. What are the conductors? If there are some good conductors, if there are some bad conductors of it. Actually, heat needs a medium to pass or to transfer. Clear or not? The heat needs a medium, a mode of, the transfer of heat, understood, needs a conductor, isn't it? So you want me to tell you about the kind of conductors, the types of conductors, understood? So actually, if you tell me about, if you want me to tell you about the transfer of heat, understood, in different, different matters, understood? So then I will tell you when the heat, understood, passes through good conductors like metals. Okay, the good conductors are metals like copper, gold, iron. They the transfer of heat passes, understood, or takes place, or the transfer of heat through metals is called, what is it called? The transfer of heat, clear, through good conductors like metals, okay, is called what? Conduction. What is called conduction? You have this question, what is called conduction, right? Number 3, you may have a question like that, what is conduction? What is conduction? Transfer of heat through good conductors like metals is called conduction. And then you can ask me a question like, what is the passage of heat through bad conductors like wood, then plastic, then thermocol, cold. What is the passage of heat through bad conductors, insulator like wood, plastic, thermocol, cold. Am I am I wearing a smile on my face? Am I teaching with smile on my face? Actually, as I'm a black man, naturally I I think if I wear a smile, if I put a smile on my face, I will look like the odd man, isn't it? Because a black man without beauty, understood, is not appreciated. And this is why I don't feel like I will always remain this, whether I have a smile on my face or not. But please, even if I look ugly, please bear with me. Okay, and but a face with a smile, understood, is an object of beauty, isn't it? But that's why I'm trying my best to make myself smile even during my class. Okay, now what I want you to understand is I have told you, no, you have got what is, you understood what is conduction, and then the second question is what is the transfer of heat through bad conductors like wood, plastic, insulator. Of course, they are insulators like plastic, thermocol, cold. What is the transfer of heat through bad conductors or insulator like wood, plastic, thermocol, cold? Actually, this is called convection. What is it called? Convection. You get it? This is called convection. I'm fed up with writing a lot of things. I'm just giving you the example of convection. Okay. And then you may tell me, the sun is thousands and crores of kilometers away from us, right? Sun is a star. It's the nearest star, isn't it? So it has its own light. This is why it is not a planet. It's a star. Basic difference between the sun and the earth or a planet is the sun has its heat and own light, isn't it? And the sunlight to reach the earth takes, you have already learned how much time it takes to reach the earth. Understood? So the transfer of sunlight from the sun to the earth. Understood? What is that called? What is that? What is that? The transfer. What is the transfer? Understood? Or what is that called? The sunlight takes time, understood? Sunlight comes to the earth, understood? Through a medium. And what is that called? What is that transfer of heat called? From the sun to the earth. It is called radiation. Sun radiates. Understood? Sun radiates. This is why it is called radiation. Have you understood? So we have learned how many things? We have learned what is heat, we have learned what is temperature, we have learned what is conduction, what is convection, and what is radiation. You understood? Is it very easy? Is it difficult? Okay. Now types of devices used to measure temperature. How could you know that heat has the basic difference between heat and temperature we have already got. What is heat? What is heat? What is it? I've told you, no, it's a form of energy, and it's a temperature is a measure of heat, isn't it? We have got the idea, we have understood the chapter. Now let's understand the devices used to measure heat. Okay, and thermometer. We use thermometer, right? You can see this is thermometer here, and which thermometer do we use? Which thermometer do we use to measure our body temperature? Our body temperature is measured with the help of clinical thermometer, isn't it? And what we do generally, if you look at this picture, you can see it's capillary, okay, and you can see this bulb, understood, and filled with mercury. It's a bulb, okay, and it's filled with mercury. Once you put it, understood, under your hand, just to measure temperature. If you are suffering from fever, you can put it just to measure how hot your body is or what is the temperature of your body. Understood? To study the body temperature, then you can put it under your hand, and then the mercury will rise and will reach that particular place. Where? Capillary. You get it? Kink. And what will happen? The place where it reached, as soon as you remove the thermometer, after you have taken the measurement of temperature of your body, when you remove, the again mercury may fall down. But how could you know that is the place where it went? To see the exact place, that's how you have to study the king. Understood? They leave the print there, and naturally on the basis of that you can understand. Understood? And now what happened? Suppose how could you tell me how much temperature is there? This is 40, this is 50, 50, 40, or suppose 80, 90. There are some also dots are there. On the basis of count of those dots, understood? We understand that like 36 or 46, 46, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then again you count degrees. Understood? Then 36.6 degree. You get it? That is how much you have temperature. That is the measurement of the temperature. This is how it is counted, and I am sure you have understood. And we these days actually we use what? A type of thermometer, and this is called digital thermometer. What kind of thermometer? Digital thermometer. Understood? And we put it under our tongue. Understood? And that's how we can understand the temperature of the body. Then there is a thermometer that is used in the laboratory, and that is called laboratory thermometer. Understood? Where is it used? In the lab. The device used to measure the temperature in lab is called laboratory thermometer. Is that clear? And while measuring the temperature with the help of this laboratory thermometer, never let it touch with the, if you are trying to, understand the temperature of a liquid that you are measuring, that you are trying to know the heat. Understood? Clear? Temperature of that particular liquid. Don't let your thermometer touch the container in which you are trying to measure the temperature of the liquid. If you let it touch, then the thermometer used will receive another temperature, the temperature of the container in which you have poured the liquid. Do you get it what I am saying? That's how it is. The chapter, it is the easiest chapter in the world, and I hope you have got a very, very clear picture of what is temperature. I would like you to understand, science behind this. Actually, what I want you to understand is, suppose if it is, you failed to draw it nicely. Actually, this is a rod, okay, iron rod. This is a candle, lighted candle, okay, and the radiation, heat, this part of the rod is getting heated due to this candle light, and with the passage of time, this portion of the iron, understood, or rod will get heated, and temperature will flow from this side to that side. Understood? If it is the right side, understood, or if it is the right side, this left side will receive the heat from this candle. Understood? And then the heat will pass, understood, will transfer to that end, from the left end to the right end, understood, of this iron rod. This is how actually heat transfers from one side, from the heated side to the side where the heat is not there. This is how this transfer of heat from this side to that side is called conduction. Understood? This is the example of conduction, I think. Transfer of heat actually in solid. Understood? And even transfer of heat in solid, in liquid, clear, in water. Understood? They are both called conduction and convection. Got it? So these are the three types of transfer of heat. One conduction, another convection, another radiation. I hope you have liked my class on heat. If you have liked my class on heat, please don't try to dislike my class. Please give me a like. And if you love my class, you must subscribe to my channel. I again want you to write the name of my YouTube channel, and it is Indian English. Wait, and I am going to write this again and again till you become my subscriber. Okay, and the name of my channel is Indian English, Indian English with penknife. Okay, my number is 700351105 3. This is my YouTube channel. YouTube. You understood? Oh, have you got now? So I hope you have understood the class, and that's all today. In our next class, we will do another chapter from your chemistry book. Okay, bye.